Iowa votes in 29 days. That's right, just 29 days. That's test number one.
If you're having all sorts of difficulty, if your wife says she's leaving you, she doesn't love you anymore, I don't care. Get out and vote, right? You got to get out and vote.
Now, the billionaire businessman ran a pretty low-budget campaign in 2015, but says that's about to change. We're told to watch for Trump TV ads any days now. What isn't changing is Trump's style, if that's the right word for it. He likes to mix it up and drive the cable and internet chatter. Last week, it was Bill Clinton.
Get you a list, and I'll have it sent to your office. Monica Lewinsky or Paula Jones or many of them, and that certainly will be fair game.
Last night in Mississippi, his focus was Hillary Clinton and President Obama.
They've created ISIS. Hillary Clinton created ISIS with Obama. Created with Obama. So he's going to sign another executive order having to do with the Second Amendment, having to do with guns. I will veto that. I will unsign that so fast. So fast.
Another Trump trademark: never let the facts get in the way of stoking his base.
They're taking our jobs. They're going to make cars, trucks, and parts. They're going to take those things and they're going to sell them right into our country. Probably have illegals drive them in, you know, because what the hell, they cost whatever. Illegals will drive them right in from Mexico.
Yes, American automakers do have factories in Mexico. I know the illegals don't drive the cars across the border. It's not the way it works. But when it comes to campaigning, he's after Hillary Clinton. He's after President Obama. He goes after the Republican establishment, and he stokes the illegal immigration issue. Donald Trump knows who his voters are.
He does, probably more than any other candidate in either party right now. He knows exactly what is not only going to fire up Republican voters, but is also going to get him attention in the media. And so sometimes when you hear a candidate go after a frontrunner in particular, go after another party or go after one of their rivals, you can see strategically what they're doing in terms of the shape of the race. I'm sometimes not sure with Trump whether he's playing a long game with Hillary Clinton or whether he's playing a short game to just get attention. I think what you saw him do with Bill Clinton, maybe more of a short game than a long game.
Right. He knows when he's threatening to go after Bill Clinton, when he's going after Bill Clinton. Sure, that might get the Clinton campaign thinking, but that's to the Republican base. He's fighting the Clintons, and that's what they want to see because, as he says, Jeb Bush is low energy, or we think we know what he's trying to say when he says that. He's firing up his base.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not only does he sort of have a bully's casual gut instinct for the key vulnerability. With Jeb Bush, it was low energy, and Jeb Bush still can't shake that. But with the attack on the Clintons, it's interesting because this is an attack that sort of works for Trump because it fires up his base, and it's exactly what Republicans want to hear. They feel people are thinking this, but nobody has said this, and Donald Trump is willing to say it. But in a weird way, in a primary, also actually, it doesn't hurt Donald Trump, but it also helps Hillary Clinton because she, remember, is never more appealing than when she's under attack and when she's vulnerable. So it allows him to rally the Republican base, but it also allows her to rally women around her and younger voters around her. And this is a weird attack that helps both the attackee and the attacker.
And yet, if she allows these questions about the former President Clinton to fester, I think she might run into the same problem that Jeb Bush did. Remember, he went weeks before really confronting Trump on the low energy question. Right. She should be taking a page out of Bush's playbook and realizing you have to start answering this now, because if his accusations about Bill Clinton start to, really sink in, she runs the risk of running the rest of the year with that on her back and possibly upending her chances.